This is John Ryan, your incoming SG, incoming Secretary General, Ninth Secretary General. This is my weekly address to the members of the Security Council and to the UN General Assembly, also the world leaders and important dignitaries and all UN bodies. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to first congratulate everyone on doing a good job and accomplishing our objectives so far as we've gotten to doing them already. I also want to wish everyone, since it is 4th of July, it's Independence Day celebration in America, and I want to spread the good cheer, and I want to wish everyone in America and all the people of the world who are watching the celebration in America, happy 4th of July and happy holiday wherever you are. And so, as your SG, I want to, your incoming SG, I want to do this. Now I want to turn to important global issues that are very much needed to discuss. It's time to get down to business and to work with our agenda and to deal with the global issues that are on the table. So let me go into some depth about what they are. And in this video address, this weekly Monday video address, and to all the members, all the member states of the world, and all the delegates, and the members of the General Assembly and the Security Council, UN Security Council, UN General Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, there's some really huge issues that are pending on the table, and issues that we really need to get to do business and start working on them and doing some policy changes. And so let me get taking it off the top here. I'd spoken about Liberia before, and I think that we really need to focus in on Liberia more. I'd said that we need to get more involved with our UN mechanisms and policy changes in Liberia, and to help the Liberians form a better government, and to stop the internal strife that's going on, civil war and other economic problems that are plaguing Liberia. It is unfortunately a common thing with other particular neighbors in the region that this economic problem and civil war is going on. It's not new. Unfortunately, it's not nothing new, ladies and gentlemen, to this area, this region of Africa, and what we're gonna have to do is to actually work with them in diplomatic mode, ladies and gentlemen, and got some agreements hammered out here with where we can put this into a success category, where we're going to be able to give Liberia what they need. I really think that they need also food and medicine too, and social aid. Their justice system is also broken, so that's another problem that needs to be fixed. And what I want to turn your attention to also the Japanese, the recent Japanese statements about our involvement in the Asia region, and then I'm going to go into some other important details and specifics that I think are really very valuable, that we need to start working on these also, on these agendas too. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to talk about President Obama's meeting with recent meeting with Japanese minister and Japanese president, the Japanese delegation. I think that was a very important meeting. I've said that openly, publicly before, but I think this is really a greater importance that we can, as a global governance, we can address the need for making Japanese demands for regional development a better reality. I think they've got some good ideas, and they need some support from us in order to make it happen. I think they also have some cross-border issues, ladies and gentlemen, and that's come out a little bit with other places, especially with North Korea. North Korea continues to be violating nuclear arms treaties, and I've said this, and I think it's really important, ladies and gentlemen, that what we do is pass a new resolution through the Security Council, and if we have to pass it through the General Assembly and demand that North Korea cease and desist on building nuclear weapons, and that we force them to negotiate with a zero tolerance policy. We won't tolerate their disobedience. We won't tolerate their continued level of program development with their nuclear arsenal. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we need to really enforce the Security Council resolutions that we already have, and also we need to enforce trade agreements too with North Korea. This dictatorial military dictatorship in North Korea needs to be given an understanding that we're not, as global governance, the UN, we're not going to tolerate their disobedience. We're not going to tolerate their way of doing things. They're going to have to comply with us, or we're going to take action against them, and then they're going to be made to understand that our action is going to hurt them really deeply. And what it comes down to is eventually, I'm firmly convinced, and I've done a lot of research on this independently on my own. I believe that North Korea needs to be dismantled as a dictatorship and remove all of it from power, and to turn it over to a People's Democratic Republic, such as what South Korea is. South Korea is a flourishing democracy, and North Korea is hardline communist, and you can see the total difference between North and South, ladies and gentlemen. Right, when you go over the DMZ, demilitarized zone, you see the difference between North and South. And I think this is something that's really important to distinguish that. Ladies and gentlemen, I also wanted to address the Brexit vote, which has recently happened with the European Union. I think that the United Kingdom's exit from the European Union is a very damaging thing, and a very big security problem for NATO. And all the NATO foreign ministers, all the NATO ministers are against it, and they've openly, publicly spoken out about it. They haven't been quiet about what they feel, but it's going to cause a major security headache for NATO and in partnership with America. As after all, NATO's major partnership is with America, and that America is the lead part of NATO. I think, having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that we need to do a new referendum on what to do as in a leadership position. and get a good opinion of what we're going to do to head off this economic and security problem disaster that's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, as we go forward with the UK, with the United Kingdom, with England being exiting from the permanent exit from the European Union. I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that we have to deal with immediately, because if we don't start dealing with this, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a larger problem later. And there's going to be millions of people affected by this. In fact, there already is. You could see after the Brexit vote, the immediate global shock of what happened, which is all the stock markets, and both European, Asian, and American markets, and all the other market indexes globally, ladies and gentlemen, went down the drain. Major drop. So the vote had a major effect, and so is United Kingdom exiting the European Union. It creates European instability, and that's something that we have to start with a new way of thinking of how to change this, ladies and gentlemen, and get to work on a new development project to help the European Union maintain its stability. And we need to work with the EU ministers and EU leadership in order to maintain compliance, make sure that they maintain compliance with our agenda, and to make sure that they are doing what they're told to do, and that the European Union doesn't fall apart. I think this is very important, ladies and gentlemen, that we do these things. These are a couple things on the important things on the agenda for this week. And so obviously there's many more which are great value, but as I always do, I try to keep this message on point and in depth and as short as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my message for this week to the General Assembly and to the Security Council, and to world leaders and delegates and important people. This is John Norton, and your incoming Secretary General. You have a very blessed day and enjoy your holiday. Take care. Bye.